Hi, this is Lisa Baudouin. Welcome to Lisa's chat room. Today I'm going to be talking about this Cubby containment. This is part of my continuing series on how I reduce formaldehyde and chemical exposure while minimizing cleaning time as well in my home. So I am allergic to formaldehyde and preservatives. And my disclosure here is I'm not a doctor or a therapist or scientist. I'm the person that's suffering from the allergy along with mental conditions. So when the allergy hits me, it really triggers my PTSD. So I've created a playbook plan and I share with you these videos. The first video you should watch is 101 about formaldehyde. So formaldehyde playlist and look for 101, it says in there. It's a long video, but it really kind of introduces you to my problem and the start of this. Each of these videos are kind of like segmented off into parts of the playbook plan that I've done. And, you know, when I think of something or when I'm doing something, I'll say, oh, okay, I'm going to show this to other viewers because if you're suffering from this, it's horrible. So first of all, I'm not a doctor or scientist, so anything I share with you, even the links have in the description, like I'll put a link. If you buy this, you do so at your own risk and peril. For me, this is my experience, and I can't say it's going to be the same experience for you. And I also am not a chemist or a doctor or anything, so if I suggest laundry soaps or the things, if I share with you what I use, if you use them, you do that at your own risk and peril as well. Okay, so best thing to do is to stop this tape and go to 101. But if you've already watched that, this is where I contain my clothing. I've taken everything out of my closets. I have them in bags. I don't have clothing up my bedroom except for my nightwear and the actual bedding and my curtains. That's it. Very minimal. It creates a resin. Just like a hairspray has a resin that holds your hair. But what happens is if you don't wash that hairspray out of your hair, it breaks down and it gets into like a fine powder and it absorbs into your scalp. Okay? Same concept with formaldehyde. At least that's my opinion. Now, is it for certain? I think so. I feel it. I'm the barometer, okay? But there's videos I'm going to do in the future talking about exactly how can you detect formaldehyde in your clothing, because what happens when my allergies go away? If they go away, what happens? Then how do I detect it? I'm going to actually be interviewing my doctor, my allergist. I'm going to be interviewing people at the EPA. I'm going to be talking to them, and whether they go on video or not, I will post the videos of what my findings are. To me, if I can help one person get through this, because this is horrendous when you have this allergy and there's not a lot you can do about it. Like, for example, I have a new mailman. I just talked to him. I was outside working on something outside in the front, and I said, hi. I said, are you the new person? And he said, yeah. And we talked for a couple of minutes. I said, you know, I just want to tell you I'm allergic to formaldehyde and preservatives, and whatever you're using has it in. And I said, can I ask what detergent? So I'm not going to tell you the detergent. I knew already because I know how I react. So point is if I bring that mail into my house, and I explained to him, you know, the formaldehyde and the chemicals, they shed into your clothing and it's really tough to get it out. So when you bring your mail here, you've got it all over your gloves and it gets all over my mail. However, I still, even the other mailman, I didn't have that allergic reaction, but I still treated the mail as if there was formaldehyde on it. That's the point. You have to treat everything like it's on there, whether it is or not, because we don't have enough labels and warnings and whatnot to tell us. Well, on laundry detergents, we do. You turn the laundry detergent around and you read the ingredients and you go look it up. I talk about ewg.org. Make sure that you understand I do not use their grading system. That's not what I do. I look at the chemicals. Technically, for me, I would rather go and look these chemicals out myself because they have, like, if it's not that much, I guess. I don't know how they work exactly, but I can tell you that formaldehyde's in some of those chemicals. They do give it a poorer grade, but some things, there is products out there seem like they're organic, seem like they're healthy, but they still have formaldehyde in them. So, and formaldehyde is an embalming fluid, okay? It's a preservative. So I treat everything like there's formaldehyde in it. So, and I handle new clothing a little bit different than clothing that I've already worn that I know is okay. But I still even treat my clothing that I know is okay. I do certain things to make sure that the formaldehyde, if any gets in there, gets removed. And that happens a lot. Like, I went to buy pillowcase covers for my pillowcases that I'm making, and there was formaldehyde all over it. I'm touching fabrics. It's getting onto my coat. It's getting onto my gloves. It's getting into my hat, on my face. It's everywhere. So when I come home, I actually hang up my coat and I vacuum my coat off. I vacuum everything off. Okay, you can see I vacuum everything off. All that is good to go. So I can wear it again and not worry. But I have to literally vacuum that off, and I actually vacuum it right here. Vacuuming is one of the easiest ways to get it out of your clothing, really. But what I've done is I've gone through my clothing and I put them in these cubicles. Now, this is the cubicle that has the 12, but this is not 12. This is long. And also, these have these little knuckles that you put on. And these knuckles have to go up on this side and up on the opposite side in the back. Now, I would suggest that together, you put it together where you're going to have it, because it is really difficult. And it's a little bit wonky here because my basement floor is not level, right? That's why it looks wonky. Otherwise, it's really beautiful. It's perfect. I love this containment. And what I've done is I've gone through all my clothes and treated my clothes and made sure there was no formaldehyde on it. And then I bought these baskets. And I just roll up my clothes and I put my clothes like this in these baskets. I've bought these a little at a time, and I'm still buying them. I leave them outside for at least a good, I don't know, couple weeks, because they're gassing off too. But I'm not allergic to this, okay? So, but you could be. So I leave them outside and I let them gas off. Okay, that's what I would do. And then I really clean them well. And then I have them in here. So I don't just use the cubicle. I use this, and it makes it a lot easier, okay? I don't label these because I have this labeled with packaging tape. So I have the packaging tape on there. And then what I did here was I used packaging tape and I ran it down. Now, this is a closet, and this is a closet, okay? What I did was I didn't have the closets together. You need the reinforcement in between of the bottom, okay? Otherwise, if you don't have the bottom, it gets a little wonky. So here, what I've done is I've taped these doors together so that they open together. And that's why I did that line. And I did it on that side, and I did it on that side. So here's my winter tops and shirts and blouses. And here is my summer, okay, my summer clothes. Now, the nice thing about this is that if for some reason I put something on and I felt formaldehyde, yes, I would wash all these, but that's a lot better than having this shed onto all my clothing, okay? And I've actually gone through these really, really well. I will do another video about how I wash these now. I've updated that video. I'm going to update that video. I found different ways, different products that I use. So I'll do another video on that. But so make sure you watch, make sure you subscribe and like, okay? And so anyway, this is, and then hit that notification button. That's what I meant to say. Hit the notification so you see when new videos come out about this, okay? I'm an advocate against child abuse. I also do other advocacies. I have mental conditions. I have series. I have like 6 different series on my YouTube channel. I used to have all kinds of channels. It got too confusing for me. So it's best for me to keep it on one channel and have different playlists. So just click the playlist you want to watch and go through the series that you want to see. So anyway, this is how I do this. It works wonderful. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. You know, and I have like, here's my capris. So my capris are up here, and see, this has got like a little floor to it. And then here, and then, so I wanted to show you, this container comes with this hanger. But to make a hanger, what I did was I bought this piping. It was $1.99 at Menards. And then the guy actually cut it for me at Menards in the back. But you could cut it yourself with a saw. And I had it cut down, and then I just used a rope. And I made it where there's a big knot. Let's see if I can, there. There's a big knot on either side that's holding that up. So that's what I did. And that works wonderful. I would suggest that you get the plastic bins too, because formaldehyde it like sheds. So, and I don't really want it on the floor of each cubicle. Not that it would go through. I don't think it would, but it is a very small molecular thing. Okay, you can't see it, right? So I do this. And now here, I wanted to show you this one because these are new sheets, and these are sheets that I've used over and over, and I know they're fine. So what I did was I put these sheets in here. I have treated them over and over and over, but I'm still not sure. So what I will do, and this is the hard part, you can't do this if you're not allergic, but what I'll do is I'll stick these up on my counter. And I know my upstairs is completely free of formaldehyde right now. So I'll stick these up on the counter, and I'll see if I sense the formaldehyde in there. In future videos, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find out why this isn't on labels and what is the limitations, and I'm going to get into that. I'm going to probably do interviews with my allergist along with other key people, you know, like people from the EPA, trying to find out, people from the NIH, trying to find out what the limitations are. I've read some very alarming reports this year, and I'll be sharing them with you as well. Yes, I mean, it is a thing. And actually, I met another 2 people that have had the same issue with allergies. They're not sure where it's coming from. They're itching. And so, you know, the thing is, when you broach your family, because that's part of the plan. When you broach your family, okay, you broach your family first and you tell them, I think I'm allergic to it. Or you could just say, you know what, there's this lady on YouTube that is allergic to it, and I'm really kind of concerned, because even if you're not allergic to it, why do you want this stuff in your clothes? Okay. For yourself and your kids. So you could say me and just have I would not have the conversation more than 5 minutes, because people get turned off. When my new mailman came, I knew that he was using that formaldehyde I knew the product he was using. I knew exactly, because I felt it in my mail. And now I handle all my mail like it has formaldehyde on it, whether it does or not. My previous mailman did not have any formaldehyde on him. I know what he used, but I still treat the mail as if it has formaldehyde, because somebody that's packaging the mail, somebody that's giving you something, they may have used it, and I swear to you, it sheds onto paper. It sheds everywhere. So I actually handle the mail too. As anything that's coming into my home, I consider to have it on it, whether it does or not. Okay, that's the thing. Whether it does or not, I handle my mail. I actually put my mail up in one of these Cubby containers upstairs right away, and I bring it downstairs and I go through it, and I throw the paper into my recyclable right away outside. Okay, I do that right away. All right, so that I wanted to make sure I showed you that. The other thing I wanted to show you was another thing you can do with these is you can take a hanger and you can hang things. I didn't hang anything. There's nothing for me to hang here. But you could. So in other words, if you had a couple of these, instead of having my stuff out there, I could actually hang up my stuff in here. I don't want to do that because that stuff gets formaldehyde on it. This is clothes that I wear when I go outside. And I'm like, I don't want to put it together with the clothes that I've treated and made sure that I don't have any formaldehyde on it. I just don't want to do that. So I think that's it for this video. I talk about other things in other videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, click that notification. All right. So that's the end of this. Please make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you hopefully again here in Lisa's chat room.